June 18th, 2014, from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. The Colorado Rockies at the Los Angeles Dodgers. This game featured Clayton Kershaw on the mound for the Dodgers versus Jorge De La Rosa for the Colorado Rockies. Clayton Kershaw gets a no-hitter in this game. The Dodgers would win 8-0. Kershaw almost had a perfect game except for one error. And here's how the game broke down. In the top of the first, Kershaw struck out Corey Dickerson. Then he got Brandon Barnes to fly out. And then he got Troy Tulowitzki to ground out. So he cruised through the first inning. In the bottom half of the first, the Dodgers picked up a pair of runs as Yasiel Puig picked up an RBI with a sac fly as he scored D. Gordon from third. And then Matt Kemp singled to center and drove in Hanley Ramirez. So it's 2-0 Dodgers going into the second. Kershaw opened up the second the same way he opened up the first, and that was with a strikeout as he got Willen Rosario to strike out. And then he got Drew Stubbs to strike out as he picked up his third strikeout of the game, who would eventually strike out 15. Then he got Josh Rutledge to ground out, and that ended the top of the second. The Dodgers would go down in order in the bottom of the second. Then in the top of the third, Kershaw once again opened up the inning with a strikeout, and he struck out Kyle Parker. Then he struck out DJ LeMahieu. So he had back-to-back strikeouts for the second time. And that's 2 out of the first 3 innings where he got 2 strikeouts. And that made it 5 strikeouts thus far at that point. You then got the other pitcher, the rival pitcher, to line out to third for the third out of the inning. The Dodgers would then pick up 5 runs in the bottom of the third. Adrian Gonzalez doubled to left field, and that would score Yasiel Puig. And then Matt Kemp came up to bat, and he doubled, and that would score Adrian Gonzalez. So back-to-back doubles to left field produced back-to-back RBIs. Then Miguel Rojas would later get a line drive to left, and he would also get a double, and that would score Matt Kemp, Scott Van Skyl, and A.J. Ellis. Scott Van Slyke, rather. So Kemp, Van Slyke, and Ellis scored off the double from Rojas, and that made 5 runs in the inning, and that would give the Dodgers a 7-0 lead. Kershaw actually grounded out of the inning to end that inning. Then the top of the fourth, it was the first time we saw an inning start without a strikeout for Kershaw, but he did get Corey Dickerson to ground out. So Dickerson grounded out to Kershaw, and he threw it over to Gonzalez for the first out of the inning. But he got a strikeout in the next at-bat as he mowed down Brandon Barnes for the second out of the inning as he picked up his 6th strikeout of the game. Tulo then flied out to left to end the top of the fourth. The Dodgers would get another run in the bottom of the fourth inning as Adrian Gonzalez singled to left field, and that drove in Hanley Ramirez. He came across the plate the second time. So then that would make it 8-0 Dodgers. Then at the top of the fifth, once again, Clayton Kershaw opened up an inning with a strikeout. That was the 4th of 5 innings that he did so thus far, as he got Willen Rosario to strike out for the second time in this game. Then he got Drew Stubbs to ground out and Josh Rutledge to ground out. The Dodgers would go down primarily in order as to end up getting into a double play as the Rockies got out of the inning. Of course, they were down by 8 runs at that point. So that brought us to the top of the 6th. And once again, for the 5th out of 6 innings, Clayton Kershaw opened up the inning with a strikeout. The only inning where he didn't get a strikeout to lead off thus far was in the 4th inning. And here in the 6th, once again, he opens up the top of the 6th with the strikeout as he had done with 5 previous innings. Well, this was the 5th, 4 previous, but Kyle Parker struck out to open up the top of the 6th. Then DJ LeMahieu struck out, so it was back-to-back strikeouts for a 3rd time in this game. And then Ryan Wheeler struck out, so for the first time he struck out the side, so he got 3 strikeouts in the top of the 6th. Let's fast forward to the top of the 7th. The Dodgers at this point were done producing runs as they already had an 8-0 lead. And in the top of the 7th, this is where the perfect game went awry. At this point, Kershaw had the perfect game, but in the top of the 7th, Corey Dickerson reached on an error. His Hanley Ramirez makes the error that allows Corey Dickerson to reach base. Corey Dickerson ended up on second off the error. So it's a throwing error by Hanley Ramirez. And that breaks up the perfect game, but the no-hitter was still going. And the first out of the inning ended up being a strikeout. It wasn't the first batter, but it was the first out. So once again, we see the first out of strikeout as Brandon Barnes struck out once again. It was the third time Barnes struck out in this game. Tulo then grounded out, and then Wilson Rosario struck out for the third time. It's now Clayton Kershaw got 2 strikeouts in the inning. This one wasn't consecutive, but it was really the 4th inning where he had multiple strikeouts. Actually, it was the 5th inning. But anyway, so then fast forward to the top of the 8th. Once again, Kershaw opens up an inning with the strikeout. So this would be the 6th inning out of 8 innings where he opened up with the first batter striking out, and the 7th inning out of 8 innings where the first out was a strikeout because he struck out Drew Stubbs. Then he struck out Josh Rutledge to get the 2nd out of the inning, and then Kyle Parker grounded out for the 3rd out of the inning. Now fast forward to the top of the 9th, and DJ LeMahieu grounded out. Then we had Charlie Culberson fly out, and the final out of this game was Corey Dickerson, and he struck out swinging as Clayton Kershaw ended this game with his 15th strikeout as he gets a no-hitter and one of the best performances thus far this year in 2014 from the mound. As Clayton Kershaw shows why he is one of the best pitchers in baseball. That's what he's considered. That's how he's paid. He gets the no-hitter here, and if it wasn't for the throwing error, it would have been a perfect game. Should have been out there, so close to perfect. Who knows? You never know what would have happened. Maybe if he got him out there, it would have been a perfect game, and it would have been a no-hitter. So who knows? But Clayton Kershaw gets 15 strikeouts against the Colorado Rockies, and the Colorado Rockies are not bad team per se. They are below 500, but in the tough NL West, being below 500 is not the worst thing, and they're actually still very competitive. They got a pretty good team, so it's definitely a good accomplishment for Kershaw to get the no-hitter in LA as the Dodgers blow up the Rockies 8-0. They get them on both sides. The offense was productive. We saw Gonzalez get 2 RBIs, Kemp had 2 RBIs, and Rojas had 3 RBIs. And Puig picked up an RBI on that slack fly as well. So the Dodgers get the victory, and Clayton Kershaw gets the no-hitter. It's just 1 error shy of a perfect game.